All right, so we're going to provide multisensory approaches for handwriting success. What does that look like? So, fine motor activities, tongs or tweezers. So, I like to use the paper chip clips and having them practice picking things up. So, I can pick up something like my pencil and then I can let it go, which also can perform a handwriting grasp. Um, we've got things like little stampers. So this is what the stamp looks like. And then we take the lids off and we can practice stamping on the line. So if we're trying to teach what on the line means, I can stamp and flip, which works on fine motor skills, stamp and flip. And you can see that I'm making a pattern of, it's a green tree and a wreath. It's a tree and a wreath. And so we're doing a pattern. We can use different colors with our pattern. So we can do a green and then a red. Okay, so we can stick a red stamp in there. Another thing we can do is use these ledgy lines for cutting practice. So if I were to make a cutting line on a curve, then I can practice cutting down the road. And one of the fun things that I actually have is this little magnet. It's a car. And so it likes to drive down the little road and practice cutting. So that's called a hungry cutter, if that's something you would be interested in getting at hungrycutters.com. All right, we talked about dice and listening for the click. Tennis ball buddy. So that's taking a tennis ball and slitting it, and you're going to squeeze that ball. And when you squeeze the ball, the mouth opens. And so that slit when you make the mouth. And so you're going to squeeze the tennis ball buddy on the ears, and you're going to feed it. You can feed it marbles, you can feed it dice, you can feed it pennies. And then after you get full, you can feed puffballs. Then you turn upside down, squeeze it hard, and shake out all the pennies. And so that's a real fun, strengthening activity. Using eyedroppers, all sorts of finger play songs. And then we have bilateral activities. So one is ripping paper, and that's a bilateral activity. It's great for the pinch. And we're going to do making confetti. We can also do stringing beads or pasta, playing with putty, and playing with a bubble or balloons in the air so you can catch your bubbles with your blow with one hand and catch with the other. We can do lacing cards. So bilateral activities help with cutting skills because you're working on both hands, and it also helps with your handwriting skills. Okay, kinesthetic activities are things where you're working on movement sense and helping the student to know where their body is in space, which helps with their posture.